Matt Higgins is the CEO of RSE Ventures, which owns and invests in many New York area businesses. Matt, welcome. How is this air quality issue affecting your businesses, those that depend on walk-up customers?
Well, I think it's the way the city has handled it, unfortunately, has been somewhat of a disaster. I mean, this is foreseeable. We knew about the Canadian fires. And when I talk to the businesses that we own or invest in, Bluestone Lane, Magnolia Bakery, these iconic brands, what I hear over and over again from our CEOs is, could we have had a little more notice and a little more communication? So we're New Yorkers, we're tough. We've been through everything, but there's a feeling that there wasn't enough communication so people could prepare. Across the board, businesses are down at least 15%.
How would you have expected them to know that this was coming to the degree it was coming? I mean,
they don't need to know the degree to which it's coming. But remember, go back in time. I was the press secretary for New York on 9/11, right? So we have a collective PTSD in New York. And if there's going to be this massive apocalyptic smog descending upon our city, you can communicate what may happen so business can prepare and have masks on hand. As a result, everybody goes home last night and says, oh my God. And what do? We panic and we shut everything down. We could have adapted with a little bit more communication.
Well, to be fair, things haven't completely shut down, Matt. I mean, you can still go. I mean, I guess if you're going to want to dine outdoors, maybe you make a decision that you're not going to dine outdoors. But you don't hear of a lot of business closures. It's certainly not like COVID.
All I can tell you is what's going on the ground. Foot traffic, these businesses that depend on foot traffic, particularly restaurants, anything that does dining, they're experiencing a dramatic decline. It may not seem like a big deal to you or anybody watching, but the reality is, coming out of COVID, every dollar matters. And if the city had communicated, we could have prepared and we could have went on with our day. Lots of cities contend with air pollution, right? But there was a lack of communication and urgency.
If the city had given you 5 days notice that this was coming, what would you have done?
I think people would have been prepared with masks, number one. They would have had, and when they walked out and they saw that the entire city had descended into this yellow mist that we have never seen. I was there on 9/11. This is worse than what I saw on 9/11. People panic when you've been through that and you have that burned into your memory. People would have known it was coming. We would have made provisions. Maybe we wouldn't shut down schools. People who had kids who have asthma would have been able to prepare. But as a result, we all scrambled late last night.
Yeah. I guess I question whether the provision of masks would have changed people's willingness to go out and go patronize a restaurant or an event. I think Major League Baseball made the smart decision in canceling the games last night because there's a risk to individuals who have asthma and kids and the elderly and so forth. But I think I question whether just if you'd had 5 days to hand out masks, that the restaurants would be full. I don't buy it.
It's not about handing out masks. The first
well, that's what you seem to be making it about. I mean, I asked you the question. I just asked you the question, Matt. I said, what would you have done differently if you'd had 5 days notice? You said you would have been able to hand out masks.
No, I would have communicated to my employees, look, we're going to have a situation in New York. If you have any health issues, you either can bring a mask, be prepared, or maybe stay home. I would have told New Yorkers that who might find this as reminiscent of 9/11 to be emotionally and mentally prepared. Mm-hmm. I would have given people information. The first rule of crisis management is to show up and provide information.
Are people going to pursue any damages here, Matt? I don't know what those avenues would look like exactly.
I don't know if people are going to pursue damages. So the reality is, if you look at the data, that the number of wildfires, I think, is 15 times in terms of the acreage. This might be a steady occurrence. And we're acting in an ad hoc way in response to this crisis. And cities all over the world have had to deal with pollution, unfortunately. So I do think this is a test run for what we might have to deal with. And I doubt people are going to be rushing to file lawsuits. We can do better. We're New York City, the capital of the world. We should know how to handle a crisis a little bit better.
Matt, thank you. Matt Higgins joining us with some of the fallout.